What's up, guys? Rip Trippers back at you tonight. So I've got a review for you. We're going to be talking about the AGI version 2 Genesis / Dripper RDA. Okay, it comes in this box. It comes in this little plastic tray. Packaged really nice. It comes with spares. You get a baggie of spares. You're gonna get your silica. You get an extra insulator, a little Allen wrench, which we'll go over in a little bit. You get 3 O-rings, a couple extra screws, a sheet of, I believe this is 400 mesh, and a tiny piece of 32 gauge. It looks like 32 gauge Canthal. Alright, so those are your extras. Here's the Atomizer. Again, this is the version 2 AGI. Beautiful. This thing is gorgeous. I got this from discountvapors.com. I'll post a link below. When I first received it, I was like, wow. It doesn't come with this drip tip. I just thought it went well with it. So that's it right there. I mean, it's on this SVD, iTaste SVD, and it fits down flush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the pros, and then I'm going to go over the cons. Okay. So first, the pros. You know, in this clone age of Genesis atomizers, this is by far the most beautiful clone out there. Okay. It's gorgeous. I can't get over it. Solid. This thing is solid as a rock. It's stainless. Okay, it's got a glass tank. I didn't think that it was going to be this solid when I first got it. Pop the cap. The O-rings, surprisingly, for a clone, are fantastic. I haven't had any O-rings. I've been using this for 2 weeks now. Haven't had any O-rings get loose on me. I know with my IGO-Ls and a few of my other drippers that the O-rings go loose, especially if they're clones, and they either, don't seal it properly. And the catch cup is freaking fantastic. It is, I mean, juice is not going to get over the edge. If you're using it as a Genesis atomizer, you're never going to have to worry about juice leaking out from the top cap, because any excess juice in this cup is going to seep back down in the tank. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. Those are the pros for now. I've got a few more, but now I want to talk about the cons. Now, this is the dripper portion. Like I said, this is a Genesis atomizer / dripper RDA. So you have your 510 connection below the dripper portion, obviously, which sits on the tank, as you just saw. That's your center post. And what covers that center post is this piece right here. It screws down over it and keeps it, isolated. I'm assuming that the spring is stainless. And then what goes on that, you have your O-ring in here, and then your tank fits down on the O-ring. There's the dripper portion like I just showed you a minute ago with that 510 connection, and you got another O-ring to seal it, and that goes on here. The spring is inserted into the 510 connection, and then as you screw down, it makes the connection with that dripper 510 connection. This is a major con I just showed you, is this spring right here. This atomizer's solid all around the board in my opinion, but this spring is a bust. I mean, look at it. I vaped with this thing for a week and a half as a Genesis atomizer, and look how the spring's already oxidized. The voltage drop, retarded low. You wouldn't even believe it if I told you what the voltage drop was. And it's all because of that spring. Now, how did this Genesis atomizer, perform right out of the box? it performed great for like the first, couple days. And then I noticed the voltage drop. I was hitting it up and I noticed, I wasn't getting the vapor. And when you're vaping something, you don't get that power that you're used to on some other devices. So I took it apart and I saw that this was, was oxidized a little bit. I knew right there. I mean, you get the spring. It's got to travel all the way. That's a lot of crap that's got to travel through. Now you get an extra one. You get an extra spring for this, and it goes right on here. It slides right on there like that. But what's the point? Because in the next couple days, it's going to start screwing up on me, and I'm going to be out of a Genesis atomizer. So that's a major con. That's a problem. Had to be stated. Okay. Now, if you're the type of person that likes to fiddle, then you can make something of this. Like I said before, this area is covered up. It's isolated by this piece right here, so it never touches the juice. And what you could do is you could do something like, solder a piece of a brass, rod, there, and measure it to where it makes a connection, a perfect connection with the 510 connection on the dripper, and it'll hit like a son of a bitch. I may do that in the future vids, okay? But I had to state that. That's a con. I'm going to go over this Addy deck right here. As far as a Genesis atomizer, when you use this as a Genesis atomizer, all you're going to do is use this Allen key, and you're going to unscrew the screws that are sealed down there. You're going to pull those out. You're going to use that for your wick, and then that one for your fill hole. Personally, I think that the wick hole is a little too small. Now, it performed great. Before I started to notice the voltage drop, it performed fantastic. Personal opinion, I like a larger wick, but that's not really that big of a deal for me, to be honest with you. Now, I know that this is the version 2, like I mentioned. Now, in the version 1, they were having leaking issues. The screws, the Allen screws that went in those two holes weren't sealed properly. And so when people went to use this as a dripper, it would just leak out like crazy. Now they fixed that, and I'll tell you why. They fixed that because I've been using this as a dripper a lot, and I've never once had a leak. So they did a good job on that. Really, the only con that I can think of is the stupid positive post. These guys make the AGAT. I don't understand why they can't make it a solid post like the AGAT2. I don't get it. Stupid, in my opinion. They need to change it. Back to the pros. I'm actually glad I bought this thing because this thing performs as a dripper freaking fantastic. 22 millimeter dripper. It's got a recessed cup. I mean, look how deep that is compared to any other dripper out there that I've used. Now, I'm sure there's some out there that have a recessed cup like this, but it's badass. I mean, I've been thoroughly enjoying it. Thoroughly. Super easy to build a coil on here. And the stock air hole that comes with this is 1.3 millimeters. That's like perfect. I find that you can do a mouth to lung inhale on this, and you can also do a lung inhale. You can do either or. It's not too tight, it's not too loose, it's just perfect. And that's stock, guys. That's the best stock air hole that I've come across in a clone. All right, so I've got the AGI RDA mode on the Sigelei Z-Max version 3. Got a review coming to this bad boy as well. I'm going to put a few drops in. I've got some dorky stud that I've been vaping all day today. And I'm going to show you how it performs. I got a 2.5 ohm wrap at 15 watts. Here we go. Well, you see the vapor. Flavor, I'm getting every single note that this Dorky offers. I've got a video coming where I'm going to show you guys how to rebuild on this AGI using organic cotton balls as a wick, which is pretty cool. So I've got that coming. Now it cost me, I got it from discountvapors.com. It was around $35. If you're looking to find a Genesis atomizer and you're a newbie, this isn't the device that you're looking for. Not right now. Not until they fix this positive pin. I mean, that spring's got to go. Voltage drop is insane. I couldn't believe it. But once they fix that, it's going to be one of the best clones out there, in my opinion. And it's super easy. Now, I forgot to mention this. It's not really common to me because I've been building coils for like the past 2 years, but this recessed cup right here, when you build a coil for your Genesis atomizer, your negative connection is right there, okay? And because of this recessed cup, it can be a pain in the butt for a newbie, someone who's really never used the Genesis, to secure the wire underneath that negative connection. Okay, so thought I'd just mention that. But if you're looking to get a Genesis atomizer, I wouldn't go with this, not yet, until they fix this positive post. Okay, but as a dripper, if you're looking for a dripper, $35, a little steep. I mean, you're buying all this and you're just going to be using it as a dripper. It's kind of stupid, but you know, it's a great dripper. I mean, this is great. I'm sure there's other drippers out there. I know that they have a newer one. They got new stuff coming out every day that's like 15, 20 bucks. That's, I guarantee you, as good as this. But I've never seen one with a recessed cup like this. So I'm loving it. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions. If I missed something, just let me know. Comment below, PM me anytime. And remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now. You guys have a great night.